Oh, that was beautiful. Rebecca Berlin kicking things off here on a special show. Normally, we have a whole bunch of musicians and we play a few songs, but spice things up, do things a little different. Just Rebecca and I are gonna trade some songs. I'm looking forward to hearing maybe some songs that I've never heard before and hearing some familiar ones that I love. I think I'll start with an old one. It's kind of about relationships. Not the words you say, but the space between them. Not the words you say, but the way you mean them. Step back from the gap between Mars and Venus. Let's build a bridge, the world between us. 'Cause if you love somebody, don't be halfway there. If you love somebody, let them know you care. And if you love somebody, if you love someone, if you love somebody, love them for real. I could prove my point at the point of a knife, but when the point is love, proving the point ain't what's right. I could prove I'm right, that would be wrong. I could shut up and listen, that would make me strong. If you love somebody, don't be halfway there. If you love somebody, let them know you care. If you love somebody, if you love someone, if you love somebody, love them for real. That was fun to play. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
Good. It's like the catharsis of songs, just to be able to say all the things that you want to say, but sometimes can't in like a different way.
Absolutely, and like it's I'm all about writing the new songs, and like I'm always excited to see what I'm gonna discover when I like let my subconscious mind jump out in front of me and like
Totally.
but there's been moments in the past where my subconscious mind has jumped out in front of me and said something that I need to remember, and like
Absolutely.
so.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like just some of the songs, they come from such a pure and deep place, and like whenever you play them, they're sort of like draw you back into yourself. It's really interesting.
Well, I can't wait to hear what you got
All
for
right.
our first.
Well, since you pulled out an old one, I'll try to pull out an old one. I was like, I hope I remember this song. We'll see what happens. I feel like, at least if I play it early and it stinks, I can like redeem myself
Yeah,
so that
we're going to be all about the mistakes tonight. I'm going to
that's
make a
right.
lot of them.
Good. Good. I'm great at mistakes. That's my forte is mistakes. Hi, Dad. Hi,
Exactly.
Mom.
I think I
Um,
saw like a thing where it said like I've learned so much from my mistakes. I think I'm going to go make another one.
yes, yes, that's exactly how I feel. So this is one of the first big heartbreaks that I had, where it's like you have little like incidental teenage crushes and stuff that breaks you a bit, and I had some of those too early on, but this was the first time where I really felt like I was like in love with someone, and so it has sort of like a special place in my heart where it feels like whenever I go back to this song, it brings me right back to that moment of really questioning like how did I get this so wrong? Like I thought this was something and it clearly wasn't. So and then just kept learning that lesson over and over again. So hey, it's great to remember the first time you were broken. So this is called Idea of Love and I hope I remember it. Your eyes avert my gaze. I can just see slipping away. And silence is all you have to say. Your hand sitting next to mine, passively biding its time. And I'm not sure how things ended up this way. My heart is cracking under the weight of this. What am I lacking? I was finally feeling safe with this idea of love. Idea of love. You only kiss me to say goodbye. Used to kiss me all the time. But now your love is few and far between. I wake up in empty space, and you're not asking me to stay. And this lack of you is devastating. And my heart is cracking under the weight of this. What am I lacking? I was finally feeling safe with this idea of love. Idea of love. And I miss you.
Do you want to say anything more about that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I said it was sort of my first heartbreak. And at the time, this person was playing music with me when I lived in Los Angeles. And it was a very like interesting timing because the time that we broke up was like 2 days before we were supposed to play our first show in Los
Mm,
Angeles. And I'll never forget just how empty it felt. Like I ended up just playing by myself. And
yeah.
I just went and did my thing. And I debuted this song at that show. But
Mm,
it was just like I'll never forget the feeling of like fullness to emptiness. And it was so stark at that time and not really knowing as a young person like what that was like yet. Um, but yeah, it's such an interesting like transportation right back to that moment. Not all my songs feel like that. Like some of them, it's like you can recall like where you were, like what it's about. But that one's so visceral. It's just really interesting.
mm. Well, I'm gonna keep with the theme a little bit, and then maybe for my next one, I'll do something a little more upbeat. But I have that song, another fairly old one, not super old. Hearts Don't Really Break, and it's one about how we have that resilience, that we can come back from those things. I know you won't believe me, or even worse, you will. And then you will pull away, 'cause things will have gotten too real. But hearts don't really. No, sorry. But if I never told you, you might just slip away. Then I'll never know if you might have felt the same way. But hearts don't really break. They burn, they sting, they bend. But in the end they just grow stronger. You will love again. For the heart is just a muscle, grows stronger with every act of love. So don't give up. You will love again. I know you won't believe me. Think I've never known a love so deep, and I've never suffered a fall so steep. But hearts don't really break. They burn, they sting, they bend. But in the end they just grow stronger. You will love again. I know you won't believe me, or even worse, you will. And you think love isn't so important, it ain't so real. But love is the most important thing. It's the center of life. But hearts don't really break. And you will just get stronger. You will love again. Thank you.
I think I was big during that, so I was trying to be very like perfect.
Oh
Like
no!
you
I'm
didn't
so
spotlight
sorry.
yourself, and then
I
I
didn't
looked at Taylor, she's
change
like,
the spotlight.
"Oh, I'm still
Oops.
fine."
I am
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
No,
My
no, it's
bad.
fine. You know, one of the things I was thinking about when I was listening to you is I really like how your songs, like you have a lot of songs that have like positive messages, but
Mm,
it's also like it's not saccharine or
mm,
cheesy. Like it's clear that it's coming from a place where like you've had the opposite emotions. You know, it's not like you're just like, "Hey, your heart's gonna heal." You know,
right.
and I
Right.
really like that. I find that hard to do, like to juxtapose like the
Mm.
real challenge of feeling heartbreak with also like taking some of the positivity and like filling that in. I think you do a really good job with that. So
Oh,
I was
thank
just
you so
appreciating
much.
that during your song.
Oh, that's a huge compliment. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think that is something that's part of my songwriting process. Is I'll almost kind of like try to think of like the opposite too. Like I've got like one song, for example, that's closer to being good, and it's about how like there's no real such thing as good and evil. But I'll kind of like throw in like all the but what about this and what about that and what about that, to try to counterbalance it. I sort of like have a little argument with myself, I guess, in a lot of my songs.
Well, considering all the arguments I have inside my own head, I probably should write more songs like that.
I might do one of those later. I have a good argument with myself song, and I'll do later.
I haven't invited that level of crazy making to the stage yet for me, but
Mm.
it's in there. I feel it.
Well, there's definitely nuance in your song. So.
Thank you. Well, I think I'm going to pull one out because your message sort of reminded me of a song I wrote a while ago. I don't play it very often. It's called What the Heart Is For. And it came out of a conversation with a mentor of mine. And we were talking about how some of the hardest things in life teach you the most. And so you can't really say, like, you wouldn't have like been you wouldn't have wanted those situations. Even if you wouldn't have wanted them, it's like the lesson was valuable enough to be grateful for them, I guess, retrospectively. And I made a comment like, yeah, I mean, I firmly believe in acknowledging things that suck, but blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, you need to use that in a song. So I was like, all right, challenge accepted. So this is my song from that conversation. It's called What the Heart Is For. I'll see if I can remember all the words. I firmly believe in acknowledging the things that suck. When life shakes, stirs, and messes up all that I take for granted. Sometimes the only silver lining is the one that I make up. So if I can't avoid the punch, could I at least get a little life lesson? I'm not gonna lie, if I could go back, I'd skip all the trauma. Wouldn't it be nice if I could evolve without all the drama? But that's not how it works. Sometimes life just hurts, and to struggle and endure. That's what the heart is for. That's what the heart is for. I'm tired of hearing platitudes like gratitude erases pain. When life bends, breaks, and shatters the foundation of my perspective. But the clarity of falling down changes how I get up. So if I have to bear the brunt, could I at least learn how to love better? I'm not gonna lie, if I could go back and skip all the trauma. Wouldn't it be nice if I could evolve without all the drama? But that's not how it works. Sometimes life just hurts, and to struggle and endure. That's what the heart is for. That's what the heart is for. The heart
yeah. Do you want to say more about that one?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that one of the things I enjoy playing with sometimes as a songwriter is building some like sarcasm and humor into like situations that are like earnest at the same time. So that song for me is one of the ones where I was like playing around with that a little bit. And I think so much of our life, it's like earnest, but if you're like what I was saying about your song, like if you're too saccharine, it doesn't connect with people because they're like, well, that's
Yeah.
not real. Like the real
Right.
is the texture of it. It's like the light and the dark together. So, anyways, yeah, I think I was thinking about that with that song, like how there's sort of a dark side to accepting things because you realize still things were really hard and you can't get around that. So, anyways.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, I think I'll do the argument with myself song.
Excellent.
Staying on the relationship theme. This one is, about like that argument that many partners have. And usually, I don't mean to be stereotypical, but usually the female, if this is a man and woman in the relationship, wants to have more discussions about feelings, and the man sometimes shies away from that. Though it's not always that way. Like that's just a stereotype, but I think there is a lot of times that dynamic in the relationship, and sometimes it could switch roles, right? Like maybe one person wants to talk and the other doesn't. But anyway, this one it's kind of like a duet with myself. So it starts with the female point of view, then goes to the male, and then back and forth each verse. He knows the stats in every baseball card. He knows the make and model of every type of car. Don't ask him something difficult like how you are. He don't want to talk about his feelings, but I want to know who, I want to know what, I want to know where, I want to know when, I want to know why. So she says, do you want to talk? Why she always want to talk? I just want to go see the movie, have a good time, forget about our troubles for a while. Why she have to be questioning every word, every syllable, every tone of voice? Why she always gotta be tearing things apart? She wants to know who, she wants to know what, she wants to know where, she wants to know when, she wants to know why. Well, it seems kind of basic to me. Why wouldn't we want to know what we're feeling? I don't care about the movie, the weather, or the game. Why do we always have to be hiding behind all this trivia? I want to go deeper, where the blood races like a primal river, where the heart slams the beat like a drum. I want to go deep beneath the surface, beneath where the life is living. I don't want to hide away. I want to know who, I want to know what, I I wanna know where, I wanna know when, I wanna know why. Okay, 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 I hear what you're saying. But if I may add one thing to the conversation, maybe there's a time to go deep and a time to let go. Time to go in deeper and a time to let flow. And maybe wisdom is knowing which is which. Cause we wanna know who we are, where we're going, when we're gonna get there. We wanna know what we're doing. For all of that to matter, we need to know why. We need to know why.
I like that a lot. I loved when you broke in and started talking. For a second, I was like, "Oh wait, is he like saying something?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's still part of the song."
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny because I think that there's sometimes when like people will fade out the lyrics and you move from like the vocal melody to the speaking and it draws them back into the lyrics. So of course, like, you know, some of the folkies like do like the whole talking blues stuff and all that type
Sure,
of thing.
sure. Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I feel like I was just trying to think. Do I have a song that like sort of self-conversant? And I mean, I think certainly like a lot of my songs are self-reflective, wherein I'm sort of not necessarily having a dialogue back and forth, but it's sort of like mulling over a moment in time. And so this song, though, is sort of more of a conversation between me, myself, and someone else, perhaps, where it's like I feel like I sort of need you and I want to need you, but I also don't need you. Like that sort of back and forth when you don't really want to be vulnerable. And so it's sort of a bit cheeky, like, I need you, but I don't want to. And you don't need me, but I wish you would. And like, you know, why can't we just communicate plainly about what's going on between us? So it's called Anyway. I don't need you, even if I wish I could. You don't need me, even if I wish you would. So I'll keep waiting in this ping pong back and forth. You'll keep making me need you.
Woo! Hell yeah!
Thank you.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Tell us a little more about that one.
Yeah, it's funny because I was sitting in Guitar Center waiting for a friend and playing around with my nylon string electric that I actually ended up buying. But that riff just sort of came to me. I was thinking about Ani DeFranco's song,
Mm.
"Squint your eyes and look closer, not between you and your ambition." So I was like riffing off of 32 Flavors, and then I was like,
Oh, 32 flavors. Yeah.
I kind of like,
Yeah.
this is an interesting arrangement. And then I bought the guitar because I was so enthralled by the way it sounded with that
Hmm.
arrangement. And then I wrote this song shortly after because I was like, I really like this groove. There's something here.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a fun one. And
How
I
many parts are there in that song? It felt like there was a lot of different parts.
Yeah, I guess there's probably three main parts. There's
Three
like
main
the
parts. Okay.
riff that's in the beginning with the verses, and the chorus that goes to the strumming, and then the bridge that has the sort of weird
Mm.
chord. But I really enjoy linking like chords that don't seem like they would make sense together. And
Mm.
that song was sort of like a free for all experiment with that, and it just
Absolutely. That's
kept
great.
working. So I was like, all right, we're going with it.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we could push it a little bit more than we think we can. That's great. Yeah.
Totally. I always like watching people's expressions when I go to the bridge because they're like, ooh,
What?
that was different. And I'm like, yes, it was.
No, she didn't.
Exactly. I'm like, oh yes, she did,
The
and she
other
would probably
thing I
do.
really liked, songwriting wise, was how you used the word like anyway, as like like this just a single word, but it kept like transitioning things,
Thank
and
you.
the was a theme. I didn't catch all the lyrics, but was the theme like about like searching for yourself, or I didn't catch. I mean,
Yeah, I think it was sort of like the idea of like, well, I need this person, but I don't want to have to need them because I feel like they don't need me. And then in the chorus, it was like, but who am I anyways? Like, do I even matter enough to like demand something of someone else who I care about? And then the bridge was just sort of like, is this all this is? Like, maybe this is just like nothing that I think it is. Um, but yeah, anyways, it was just sort of like literally that shrug moment when you're like, I can't control this anyways. It's funny too, because like when I first started singing it, I sang it at the Spark, and Rob's mom was there, and I guess I said anyways plural instead of anyway, and she apparently was obsessing to him about how anyways is not correct. Anyway, singular. And so
Watch
I think about
out!
that
Watch
every
out!
time that I sing it. I'm like, all right, fine, fine, grammatically correct.
Yeah, I gotta better be careful if
Which
I
I'm usually
ever.
pretty good with, but I was like, okay, I guess this is like a big sticking point, at least for one person who's heard it.
That's pretty funny. I like that. Great, great song. I love that. Oh my gosh, that really got me.
Thank you.
All right, I think I'll whip out my Lithica Maryland song. Um, it's one of my newer. It's probably the newest one I think that I've written that I'm actually playing. I keep on writing stuff and like I don't like actually perform everything I write. Um, so, but this one kind of it happened when I got missed this FedEx package and it said for me to pick it up at Lithica, Maryland, and I realized I'd never been there, so a songwriting light bulb popped up over my head. I guess over my head, in my head, and I thought, well, I can imagine this place any way I want, and so yeah. Ithaca, Maryland, all the kids get ice cream. In Ithaca, Maryland, everybody follows their dreams. Everybody listens to the lyrics of a good song. Women are all respected and strong. In Ithaca, Maryland, everything's alright. But the truth is I ain't ever been. Just makes it sweeter in my imagination. I can imagine a beacon of light. Gotta imagine it so we can set it right. In Ithaca, Maryland, everybody eats healthy. In Ithaca, Maryland, nobody's overly wealthy. Nobody needs a lot. Everybody shares what they got. Lithica, Maryland, everything's alright. If you go down there tonight, see the people dancing in the moonlight, singing every little thing gonna be alright. Every little thing gonna be alright. Every little thing gonna be alright. Lithica, Maryland, everything's alright. In Lithica, Maryland, everybody thinks critically. In Lithica, Maryland, everybody evaluates their sources carefully. All the arguments are thoughtful, quiet, and profound. Everybody looking for common ground. In Lithica, Maryland, everything's alright. But the truth is, I ain't never been. Just makes it sweeter in my imagination. I can imagine a beacon of light. I can imagine that everything's alright. Gotta imagine it before we said it right. In Lithica, Maryland, everybody gets a living wage. In Lithica, Maryland, we listen to what each other has to say. Everybody is respected. Nobody's abused, exploited, deported, or neglected. In Lithica, Maryland, everything's alright. If you go down there tonight, you see the people dancing beneath the moonlight, singing every little thing gonna be alright, alright. Where the truth is, I ain't ever been. Just makes it sweeter in my imagination. I can imagine a beacon of light. We gotta imagine it so we can set it right. We gotta imagine it so we can set it right. Gotta imagine it so we can set it right. Thank you.
I remember when you played that at the Bomb, and it's such a great song. Like, it's so fun to imagine a place that you don't know anything about and just like put on it all those good things. Yeah, I really like that song. It's fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. feel like sometimes I need to give myself permission, and like that song sort of was like, well, I can just give myself permission to put all these things, you know.
Totally. Well, it sort of like ends up being in it was an interesting way, like an aspirational song for like what you're disappointed with in other places by listing all those things that Lithica, Maryland has. It's like the next step is like, oh, well, those the normal world doesn't have these things. So it ends up being like an interesting, not political song, but sort of like a song of the times to me because it's like the deportation and like everyone gets along and like it's like sort
Right.
of this ideal world that I think sometimes people are like they don't even want to admit that they care that much about that ideal world because life can be really discouraging.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I've been, yeah, I mean, I really respect people doing like all these political songs and like all these, but I feel like we're all overloaded, and
for sure.
it's just, and I wanted something, that kind of went the other direction, instead of saying all, here's everything that's wrong,
Yeah.
so, and,
Yeah, it sort of like says what's wrong without saying this is wrong, by
right, right.
like imagining an idealistic place where things are right. And I think that's like a really interesting spin on like a message song. Like I would consider it a song with a message, but it's not heavy-handed. And like I think there's a place for everything. Like people that really want to write those songs that are like pointed. I really admire that. I've never been able to write those sort of songs in such a
Right, right,
poignant way. So I wish that I
right. And some of them are amazing
um,
for sure. Yeah,
but it's also nice to have like both sides of the coin a bit.
absolutely, absolutely. I feel like I wanted to put that out there, and as much for myself as anybody else because, like, it is kind of easy to give into the gloom these days.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, there's
And
a
I
lot of
think that we can do stuff like we are, can't do everything. We can't change everything, but we can do something and we can change something. So,
I do think that, like, to the extent it's not going to change the world with a W, a capital W, but like,
yeah,
I do think that how we behave in our small sphere of influence matters a lot when things are tough,
absolutely.
because everyone's sort of hanging by a thread,
Hmm.
and every time that you treat someone with respect who might not be respected all the time, or
Hmm.
you like show up with kindness, or you show someone you
Hmm.
care, like those little things have ripple effects that I think help us all collectively move
Right.
better through hard times, even though like I feel just as like cut off at the knees as anyone else with like affecting the big
Hmm.
world. Like no one's going to
Hmm.
listen to my thoughts on policy and genocide, but like
Right.
I can make people in my sphere feel more
Hmm.
seen and heard. And I do think there's a place, like it, both are valuable. Like you have the stuff
Yeah,
on the ground and you have the big picture stuff that also needs to happen, and the people that can do that.
I totally agree. And yeah, I mean, like the society is made up of people, so everyone's sort of playing their part, whether they know it or not.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, what you got for
All right, well,
us?
I'm going to play a brand new song actually. I played it once at the Spark on Tuesday, but
Awesome.
it's sort of in the love theme we were exploring earlier. Uh, gosh, oh, I was going to tell you, Chris Eric says he says hello. He popped in and watched for a little bit. He had to go do children's stuff, but if you're still out there, Chris, hello. Thank you for coming. Um, anyways, so this song, I was thinking about like what it is to love someone. And for me, like big love has always felt sort of challenging, like the big feelings, like I'm not always sure I'm in that, but like the tiny things, like the way it feels when you spend time with someone, the way that they talk to you, and like the little secret language that you have between you and someone who you're intimate with. And so I was thinking about that. Oh, hi EJD, I see EJD is watching. Hello. um Chris is like texting me as I'm here being like, EJD, hey, hey. So anyways, but yeah, so this song is a song about some of the fact that I think that love is sort of held up in the tiny things. And it's called Tiny Things, at least for now. I don't know if it's called something else later, we'll see. Stolen moments, fingers intertwined, the warmth of your skin next to mine, the way that my breath catches when I
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to say more about that one?
I think just the one thing is like the tag of the chorus is like they're the reason that takes me beyond reason. And I was thinking a lot this week about how being in love is sort of like an inherently illogical process. Like
Mm.
there's so much like
Mm-hmm.
blind faith and trust that goes into it. And
Mm-hmm.
there's like very little security. Even with
Mm-hmm.
someone you've been with for a long time, like they could still, like the old Carole King song, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? It's like they could still tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
decide that like this isn't a thing. And
Mm.
so it's just like, but it's so interesting. It's like it's so illogical and yet so true. And
Mm-hmm.
so like so logical in like a heart-based way if you let it be. So anyways,
Mm.
I was sort of like in that headspace and thinking
Yeah.
about like why do we as humans let ourselves like embrace this illogical, vulnerable, crystalline thing?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's partially because like when it's right, it feels so right and feels so
Mm-hmm.
it feels so concrete, even if there's a lot of like ethereal and like mystical elements involved in it staying. So, anyways, it's such a
Yeah,
such
for,
an interesting topic.
for sure. No, it is a. Yeah, like I think about those trust exercises, those
Yeah,
are
like
hard to
yeah,
do.
exactly that. Like the trust fall, like just go backwards.
And
Like
sometimes they let you drop too,
yep, yep, yeah. Be careful who you trust fall into. That's all.
exactly. Exactly. Uh, great song.
Thank you.
I'm trying to decide what to do next. I might do the elephant song. Have I ever played you my elephant song, Rebecca? Blind Man and the Elephant.
I don't know, but
I
I'd
don't
love
think
to
I
hear it.
don't think
We'll
I have
see.
that. I
I don't think
haven't.
so. It doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, I don't think it's one I kind of put away, and I don't know why. But you know the story of the seven blind men and the elephant, and I think one of the reasons I put it, for anyone listening who doesn't know, like seven blind men go and feel like the different parts of the elephant and have an argument about what the elephant is, and I think part of the reason I put the song away for a little while is because I feel like the song is about sort of like, well, we all are sort of misunderstanding each other's perspectives, and that's the problem. And that is a good point and very true, and I wish everyone believed in it. But there's a problem with what's going on these days because it's not just a matter of like this perspective is trying to feel out things, and this perspective is also trying to feel out things. Um, so I think like there's a power thing going on, and so I kind of added a verse to the song. Seven blind men went to see an elephant. First one touched his nose, said it's like a hose. Second grabbed his knee, said no, it's more like a tree. And on it went, in pointless argument. 'Cause though the blind men all were smart, they missed the important part. We got more in common, and it's what sets us apart. The elephant's heart, heart, ba-dum, bum. The elephant's heart, heart, ba-dum, bum. The fourth grabbed its side and said, no, that's not it at all. Can't you see that an elephant is exactly like a wall between you and me, over which we cannot see. Can't find the common ground on which our love is found. 'Cause though the blind men all were smart, they missed the important part. That we got more in common than that which sets us apart. The elephant's heart, heart, hey, hey. The elephant's heart, heart, whoa. fifth gave its tail a shake, and it said, for heaven's sake, can't you see that an elephant is more like a snake? The more you grasp the truth, the more it slips away like a snake. And though the blind men all were smart, they missed the important part. And we got more in common than that which sets us apart. One of the blind men sat up in his tower, and he had got all of the power, and he sent all the other blind men off into the dark, forgetting about the elephant's heart, heart. Hey, hey, the elephant's heart, heart. Oh, the elephant's heart.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
haven't heard that one before. I like it.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I just like I kind of wish like that we were back in the days where it was like where like all the perspectives were like genuine and we could listen to each other and and try to find the elephant, you know, but it feels like now we're kind of a situation where one person's just going to lie about the elephants and then you know it just throws the whole thing off, you know.
Yeah, I think, it seems, I mean, again, it's like so easy to idealize the past and like how things used to be.
That is true.
And
There's always been,
And
yeah.
I think it seemed like from at least like things you hear, that there was sort of more of like an ethos of general respect for one another. So it's like you can separate disagreement
Right.
from someone's humanity. And I do think that seems like a little harder for people to balance out. And like I do
Yeah.
think, I have compassion because I think that anyone that behaves that way is
Mm,
operating from like a foundation of so much fear that they're almost
mm,
afraid to like acknowledge someone else because it might take away from what they have or believe. And
mm.
so I think it's like it's also just such a fearful and hard time, that I
Oh,
think
yeah, that's a
we
really
need understanding.
insightful point. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, some of the racism stuff was like based on like fear of
Exactly.
replacement theory or like, you know, or like all these type of crazy things with, but for them it's not, it's like that's they're in that mode. So we have to do all these things to protect ourselves, even though it's, you know, irrational. Yeah, that's a good
Exactly,
point.
yeah. But I mean, I think it's an important thing to remember, like, if you allow for someone else to have their perspective, like, that
Mm,
so much more can get accomplished that way. And like
yeah.
there's sometimes someone who may like disagree a lot with the perspective I have or vice versa. It's sort of like the whole model in business where someone comes in from the outside who's not in that field and like brings a revelatory idea because they're not stuck in the mental constraints of someone that's like in the weeds and like the
Mm,
whole forest for the trees sort of thing. And I think that that applies so much more in everyday life. Like if you are willing to listen, you can learn a
hmm.
lot from someone's diametric opposition, because it's like
Yeah,
something you're not thinking
radical
about.
listening.
Right. And like even if I'm like, well, I reject that summarily and like, oh, that's like a different texture. So, it's hard sometimes, but I
It's super hard.
definitely
It's
think it's
super hard.
like
Yeah.
I'm in a good place when I'm willing to like let my mind be pliable and go
Hmm.
into conversations with like a genuine like if you change my mind, I'm gonna allow that to happen and like to take away some of the pride that I have sometimes that we all have, I think, where it's like I know because of course I
Right.
know. And it's
Right.
like good to remember that like yeah, we know as much as we know, but like there's always something out there that you don't know about someone's shoes
Hmm.
and their experience, and it's worth hearing it out even if you
Yeah,
can't
and
be like I don't agree with that.
right. Even if it's right. I mean, just the act of listening itself. Like when people like say, "Well, I hear you're saying this and this and this," suddenly the person goes off of that defensive mode.
Yeah,
Some of that fear goes away, and then they're like maybe more open to having an actual conversation at that
totally.
point.
Yeah, I think people just want to be like valued and seen And I think sometimes that's enough, like just the acknowledgement of like, I'm willing to listen to you.
Mm.
But anyways, I really like that song. It was cool.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, I think for this next one, I will do, it's not, it has nothing to do with this vein of conversation, but that's okay. This is a song I wrote after my grandpa died, many
Mm.
years after he died, and I was thinking about how I kept about 12 of his sweaters after he died because I needed something very tangible to hold on to him. And over the years, I gradually let go of the sweaters and gradually was able to grieve his loss and just keep one sweater, and that was enough to like keep his memory, both physical and emotional. But it made me think a lot about how every grief has its own journey and you just have to go with it. And like, I wish many times when I've been in a state of grief that I could just like snap my fingers and be done with it, or like be like, I'm so strong emotionally, I don't have to feel these feelings, I'll be fine. And that's just not how it works. So this is a song about that and how grief is just, it's a process you always have to be willing to dive into again. It's called Sweater. I kept your sweater for stormy weather when I remember you're somewhere other than here. It's getting threadbare for stormy weather's where I spend so many days. And I wish I could tell you I was stronger, that being broken open helped me let go, that I made it to the other side. Oh, 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 oh. But the truth is that you linger longer than a walking out a channel I could turn off. I forgot that I could keep walking in a straight line, but it doesn't mean that I'll heal any faster this time. Oh, 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 oh. I wrote you letters, folded my love into words on pieces of paper, stamped but never sent them. I tried to conjure the feeling of you, but you just slipped through my hands. And I wish I could tell you I was stronger, that being broken open helped me let go, that I made it to the other side. Oh, 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 oh. But the truth is that you linger longer than a walking out a channel I could turn off. I forgot that I could keep walking in a straight line, but it doesn't mean that I'll heal any faster this time. Oh, oh, oh. I thought holding on longer would mean I could keep you close, even though I know the distance between us is deeper than time. So all I can do is hold on to the space where you're mine. And I wish I could tell you I was stronger, that I let go, that I made it to the other side. But you linger longer than I want you to, and I could keep walking in a straight line, but it doesn't mean that I'll heal any faster this time. Oh, oh, oh. I kept your sweater for stormy weather when I remember you're somewhere other than here.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little more about that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the whole like grief is non-linear. Um, this was actually like it's so interesting. Like the songs sometimes that you think are sort of like just like indulgences for you, and then they end up being things that people really latch on to. And I would say
Mm.
this song has been a real surprise like that. Like playing out, a lot of people have been like, "Oh, I really love that song, Sweater." It's like, you
Mm.
do? Um, and yeah, it was like one of the first songs after I started coming back to music that I
Mm.
wrote that was more upbeat because historically, like I did a lot more ballads and like dirge sort of songs when I was
Sure.
younger, and so yeah, this was like a song that sort of changed a little bit of that for me, especially on the piano. And since then, it's like I've been thinking a lot this past couple years about groove and like you can use a strong sense of energy even when something is more of a sad tone or has sort of a somber message. And that juxtaposition has been very interesting to me. But this was sort of the first song where I really played with that. Um,
It's really cool.
yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Hmm. I think I'm gonna grab my alternate tuning guitar and I think this one may yeah, I think it well it's about for me it's about just try yeah, I mean just how hard it is to change, you know. Um,
What do you mean? Change is so easy. Said no one ever.
oh, sorry. That's right. Who I am, who I wanna be, and the distance between the two. Who I am, who I wanna be, what's my trouble breaking through? Though I'll never make it over this, though I'll never make it through this tunnel, though I won't make it over the hill, still the momentum keeps me from slipping backwards. I'm only running to stand still. I'm only running keep still. Get a little lost sometimes, get distracted by it all, distracted by the pretty lights that make my engine stall. I get dragged down by inertia, gravity's draw. I wanna fly, but I can only seem to fall. Though I'll never make it through this tunnel, though I won't make it over there, still the momentum keeps me from falling backwards. If I wasn't running, then who will? I'm only running to keep still. lay down in the snow, that's when the angel appears, tells me don't give up, such a long road to staying here. Though I'll never make it through that tunnel, though I won't make it over that hill, still the momentum keeps me from slipping backwards. I'm only running to stand still. If I wasn't running, then who will? I'm only running to keep still. Who I am, who I want to be, and the distance between the two. Thank you.
I love the line running to stand still. Like I relate to that so much with like the sense of movement that I
Mm.
need to like feel peace within myself. That was yeah, that was a really beautiful song.
Oh, thank you so much.
I like too how you're playing like you sort of sped up after your
Mm.
like hook. You're playing sort of like did a little crescendo speed wise and then came back down and that sort of for me was very reflective of the message. Yeah, it was really cool.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's another one that I don't pull out enough. Yeah, yeah. I do find change so hard and daunting, but it's like, and that can be so frustrating that and I hope that I hope that I think I have changed over time. I know I have changed, and it's just such a slow process that it can almost like you can almost not notice it, and then
Totally.
unless then you start to compare. Well, here's the stuff I used to do, and here's what I do now, and yeah, but like, but it's gradual, and it can be frustratingly gradual.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, change is sort of like time. It can like
Mm,
sneak up on you. It can be very swift. Like it's so variable depending on,
mhm,
what sort of change and what context. But
mhm.
yeah, especially when I feel like anything, it's like when you're trying to, like I'm trying to
Mm,
change X, it feels like you
right.
may as well be stuck in the mud. And then when
Mhm,
you're like not trying or you're just like sort of going through life and doing the best you can, sometimes change sneaks up on you as like
mm,
a result of the work that you're doing, but it's not
mhm.
so like watching the pot boil. I'm
Right.
very guilty of like, I'm gonna change this, therefore I'm gonna hyper vigilantly watch for something
Mm,
to change. And like for me at least, that doesn't usually end too well. It just makes me feel a little bit psychotic and annoyed with
right.
like
Right. I
what's
mean,
behind that.
maybe sometimes we have like these crazy expectations of ourselves,
Totally. Like it should
and
be better, or should be faster, it should be
right,
you
right.
name it.
Should have no need to rest. Should
Right.
have
Like everyone else has a learning curve, but not me. I have
right.
no, I'm just straight to the top. It's like, okay, that's not a thing. Well, this is a song I actually don't play very often either. It's going to be on my album that's coming out. It's called Divide, and
Woohoo.
it's sort of like a lot of songs that I've written in the last couple of years. Not all of them, but some of them have been sort of like me plus someone else. Like I'll start thinking about a friend or a situation or a conversation, but then it's like my song, and so I can't help but like tie it into something that feels like very relevant and heartfelt to me. And so this is sort of a song that I woke up literally in the middle of the night with like some of the chorus in my head, thinking about this girl who I used to be in group therapy with. And at the same time, it also mirrored some things I was feeling. So yeah, it's just interesting how songs work that way. Um, but I had the chance to play this song for this person who I wrote it in honor of, and that was a really cool experience. So here's Divide. My heart is open wide, but the gap is wider. Holding on so tight, but my hands are tired. This empty pulls me down, all alone, and I am drowning in the tears I'm holding in. When you disappear again and again, I wish I could. I wish you were. I wish we had solid ground. Thought strength was staying, enduring, waiting, but my heart just can't keep stumbling around this great divide. This great divide. This great divide. I keep looking back, but you're not behind me. Reaching for your hands, but it doesn't fit. All the promises we made seem like nothing more than words on paper. I'm the only one left standing here. Oh, 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 and I wish I could. I wish you were. I wish we had solid ground. Thought strength was staying, enduring, waiting, but my heart just can't keep stumbling around. Oh no, I can't just close my eyes. Oh no, I can't just close my eyes. And I wish I could. I wish you were. I wish we had solid ground. Though strength was staying, enduring, waiting, but my heart just can't keep stumbling around this great divide. This great divide. This great divide. My heart is open wide, but the gap is wider.
Woo!
Thank you.
Wow. I really, musically, I liked the one string thing that you were doing there. Like that was so powerful. I remember like listening to a little bit of like Dodie, the musician Dodie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was talking about how she'll like cover up strings, so like to write songs. So she'll block some of the strings, like to like the less is more idea or whatever. But that was really powerful. It really worked well. You want to say something more about that one?
I don't think so. Yeah, just yeah, I like that too. It's a song that like was fun to sort of like build an arrangement. Like I feel like all songs have that sort of arc, but that
Right.
was like very stark. And I haven't played it in a while, so I didn't do it. But often when I'm playing by myself, I'll do like the single note, and then I'll do like two notes and sort of just like slide that bar chord sort of thing up as it leads into the chorus. So yeah, I've
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
a
like that.
crazy hand configuration you're doing there too. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
those
cool.
piano hands, all that you're
Piano hands.
stretching to like do octaves and stuff.
Yeah, I've never had that like the stretchy. Like I can do a lot of things on the
Yeah.
guitar, but I cannot do the stretchy like things where like your pinky like oh, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, it helps that I have like dissociated pinkies. Like they're a bit hypermobile, so they just like go
Wow.
places. The only problem is that sometimes they'll lock, and I'll be playing a song, and I'm like,
Mm.
"Ooh, I can't move my pinky or
Oh
anymore." So
no.
I
Oh
have to like
no.
work to keep my hands from like getting locked. But other than
Mm.
that, I'm grateful because my hands are so small. It's like if I didn't have any stretch in them, I'd be screwed with the guitar because you have to be able to do so many like weird things sometimes.
Well, good thing you're a yoga teacher.
That's right. Yeah, you have to
You know all the
experience
finger
my hands.
stretches.
Exactly.
Hmm. Trying to think what to do next. I think I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Let's see. Where's the spotlight thing? I'm kind of curious if there's a difference between pen and spotlight. You know these options, pen and spotlight, and sometimes I can find the spotlight, and there I could find the pen, but I think it's the same thing. Um, okay. Yeah, it kind of works actually as a segue because you're at the goodbye. I drive to the edge of this old town. Stop at the crossroads and have a good look around. There's something bothering me. It's being lonely, being free. It's being lonely, it's being lonely, it's being lonely, being Drive from town to town playing my guitar. It makes me feel just like a star. 'Cause everybody loves you when everybody loves you when they don't know who you really are. It's being lonely, it's being lonely, it's being lonely, it's being lonely, being free. My friends all say, don't get tamed. Don't get dragged down by a ball and chain. But true intimacy is no danger when you are loving stranger to stranger. It's being lonely, 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 being free.
That was lovely.
Thank
Yeah, I
you
don't
very
think I've
much.
heard that one either.
Yeah, yeah. I'm bringing out. That's a fun thing about doing this format is I'm bringing out some ones that have been on the shelf too long. So.
Totally. Yeah. Oh, that was great. And I think the difference between pinning, so I was on the screen splitting it with you during that last one. So I think if you are going to just pin, you have to unpin me,
Okay.
spotlight you. But I
Yeah.
think it's
Okay.
fine. Like I was just, for those in the viewing audience, what I was doing on the piano while he was playing along to his song. Like I love doing that when I'm
Oh,
on a
I
piano.
wish we got. Yeah, I
I know
wish
I
we had
wish
a
there was the
chance to do that.
capacity to just like play together because it's like it was that was a beautiful.
Oh man, yeah, I would love that honestly.
Someday in person
So
we'll do
we
it.
will do that. So yeah, here's the thing. I'm going to you, and I have the option of pin. And why don't I have the option to spotlight? That's the weird thing. I'm not sure like where the option to
I think
spotlight
if you
disappeared.
unpin me, like if you go to my three dots that are in my Zoom square and you unpin me,
Yeah.
then maybe you'll be able to spotlight yourself. I don't know. There's like so many things. I've been using Zoom for like years now, and like I feel like mysteries, and they change stuff, and then I'm like, well, I don't know now. God only knows.
I don't know. I'm so
So
confused. I'm gonna pin you if that's okay. If we'll
sure,
go with
sure.
that. Sorry, I'm not sure
You
where the
take your best
spotlight
shot.
option
You
is.
do whatever you need to me, and
I'm
I'll
not the
shut up and
tech
do my
savvy
thing.
guy. That's unfortunately. We will try pinning. All right, what you got for us?
All right. Well, we'll try this song. This is it's I should know it. It's actually somewhat embarrassing. Like I made a release that came out last September, and I was playing those songs more regularly. But then there's some that I just don't play often anymore. And it's not that I don't like them. I just have other things I've been working on. And I was at a retirement center the other day, and this woman had looked me up preemptively because she saw my name on the bill, and she requested one of the songs that it's like I was like I can't. It's in an alternate tuning, and I was just like I haven't played it in like a year, but I'll have to get it back next time. So I feel like I need to like relearn the songs from that album. So this one is called Longer, and it sort of came out of a conversation. A friend of mine and I were talking about how horses sleep standing up, and it reminded me. And then I started thinking about like this image of people sort of like holding each other, standing up and swaying to their own internal music. And anyways, and just like some of the moments in life that you wish could last a little bit longer. So we'll see if I remember it. I was your 21st birthday gift. Cold air touched my face as I brushed your lips against mine. Hands on my hips, a lingering kiss. Long after the moment, unspoken promises meant to be broken. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if that's where we left it. Swaying to our own song, silent melody playing along. It was something resembling love, and for a while that was enough. We sleep like horses, we dream standing up. Head against your chest felt so comfortable. Eventually I had to let you go, but if I could go back, I would ask for just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. It was you and me on the last day of falling leaves, rustling wind through the trees. You leaned into me like November leans into December. Seasons age, no matter how much we ask them to stay. The colors and the leaves will fade. Our only guarantee is change. And we were swaying to our own song, silent melodies playing along. It was something resembling love, and for a while that was enough. We sleep like horses, we dream standing up. My head against your chest felt so something resembling love. And for a while there was enough. We sleep like horses, we dream standing up. My head against your chest felt so comfortable. Eventually I had to let you go. But if I could go back, I would ask for. If I could go back, I would ask if this could last just a little bit, just a little bit longer. Just a little bit, just a little bit longer. Just a little bit, just a little bit longer. Just a little bit, just a little bit longer.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna obsess about that bridge now since I couldn't remember it, but
Oh,
thank you.
that's beautiful. Oh, I know.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, I hate it when there's a song that
Oh, that's
yeah, I
what
can't
it is.
remember how to play it. It's so frustrating.
That's what it is. All right. We'll see. Next time I play it, I won't mess up the bridge, people. I promise.
That's great. Great. Tell us a little bit more about that one, especially while I change tunings here.
Here. Okay. There's a reason for this ask. Yeah, I mean, I think that, there's just certain moments in your life, at least for me, that are like those soundtrack moments. And so I was highlighting a couple of those sort of like memories. So it's actually a composite. It's not about one person. It's about a couple different situations where I have just like such a strong remembrance of that moment. And for example, the first one was this guy that when I was in Boston, I was his very first kiss on his 21st birthday.
Oh, wow.
And to this moment that we had together, and then like just like where things go from there, it's sort of like these crystalline moments that, like, if you could just trap them in amber and stay there a little
Mm,
bit longer, that'd be so nice before things sort of go the
mm.
human way and
Yeah.
sometimes just like don't go so well. But anyway, so yeah, it was interesting. Like, I often try to keep the same thread through a song of like a singular moment or with one person or a singular story, and this in this case was sort of multiple moments that reminded me of the same feeling.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. All right. Did I ever play my road sign song? So, you know that road sign on Route 70, right? 850 miles to St. Louis, 1,700 miles to Denver, 2,300 miles to Cove Fort. My song is fictionalized because it goes 3,000 miles to California. But, you see that sign, right? And what do you think? Like, when you see that sign, you're like, I could keep driving, right? And see all these places. But I know myself. And I know before I got to St. Louis, I'd be like, oh my God, this is getting old. And of course, it's a metaphorical about our, having a dream and the long road that is, and sort of in the tradition of long road to Nashville or rocky road to Dublin. Oops. Pop-ups. My computer's doing pop-ups. Uh-oh. I didn't tune quite as well as I thought. There it is. Two misbehaving strings. I saw signs at 3,000 miles to California, and I got the urge to go. How's I know the road would be this bumpy? How's I never gonna be this slow? Well, it's a long, long road, and we're driving in the dark. It's a long, long road, romance written in our hearts. It's a long, long road, so keep a light that spark. I saw them playing on the TV. They struck 3 chords, D, C, and G. They made it look so easy. It's never that way for me. They say the journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 step. What about 2 through 999? What happens when you get so worn down and tired out? You no longer even feel like trying. Well, it's a long, long road, and we're driving in the dark. It's a long, long road, romance written in our hearts. It's a long, long road. I did it again, didn't I? And keep it like that spark. Sorry, Rebecca. It's like when you're driving down that road, you know, you see all the cars on the shoulders pulled over. I've been to all these, playing music for a while now, and I've met some musicians that were just like phenomenal. Just sort of disappeared, like a car on the side of the road, you know. It can be a frustrating business. So we have to sort of find ways sometimes to keep that going. Because dreams are important, you know. It's important to have expressions and outlets. Part of the balance. What happens when you finally get there? You finally realize your dream, and the grass in the Garden of Eden, well, it don't turn out to be that green. Do you realize you've always been there? There's always more to be learning. Do you realize you'll never... I messed it up. Do you realize you'll never get there? There's always more to be learning. Do you realize you've always been there? The journey's ends, the journey in. 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 And it's a long, 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 long. It's a long, 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 long road. Thank you. Oh man, that song.
Long, long road. That is true. That's something like,
It really is.
sometimes the road feels very long indeed.
Yeah. So I think like places like doing things like this can refuel you, you know. So
Absolutely. No, you're right. You have to like find ways to keep yourself motivated because life's hard. This business is hard. There's a lot of rejection in it,
exactly.
and a lot of saturation with so many voices out there. It's easy to get lost, and yeah, that intrinsic motivation is so important. Um,
Wait. Yeah, I think like Rob sent out at some point, like posted something on Facebook about like a famous musician who like was just like got stage fright like before a show, like he was just like almost unable to get on. It was like bandmates gave him a hug, and like then he got on, and this is like a famous like superstar. And so yeah, it's can be tough. So I think yeah. I think it's not just like for music. I hope it resonates with people in general, whatever they're.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Well, I think we all have to find our own way through like the beauty and the rigor of life because it's both
Hmm.
things. It's like even things that are beautiful come with consequences. I think it was Joni Mitchell. I was listening to this book that's like a series of interviews with her, and she said something to the effect of like, there's always consequences even when you get what you want. And it's
Mm,
like, you might have the outcome you want, but that comes with a new sense of set of situations and consequences. And
exactly.
sometimes they're unintended, and then you're like, oh, like I didn't realize that was a part of this. And so I
Hmm.
think a lot of life is just figuring out how to like roll with what's present, and
Hmm.
that can be good, it can be bad, it's
Hmm.
but you have to figure it out and like what your system is for yourself, even if it's just that hug before you go on stage. Because
Yeah.
if you don't know yourself enough to know what you need, it's really hard to make it through.
Very good point.
Well, this one I wrote about. I do play at a lot of retirement centers, which I love. And one day after a set, I was in the memory care. Like I play at different sections of it. So some of it's general population, some of it's memory care, veterans, whatever it is. And I was in the memory care, and this woman came up to me afterwards and was like, "Where do you live? Can you take me home? I don't belong here. I need to go home. They're keeping me here against my will." And it was like such a shocking moment because like obviously she belongs there, she lives there, she doesn't know that she lives there, and I didn't really know what to do for her. And it brought me back as well to like when my father-in-law had very fast-moving dementia, and the day that we went to visit him and he no longer recognized his own son. And there's this terrible thing that happens with dementia when sometimes people just don't even know who you are, even if you're the most meaningful person to them. And I think that's something I hold a lot of fear around. Like, is there going to be a time when, like, someone I love doesn't even know my name anymore? So this is called Tip of Your Tongue. Okay, let's see. Take me home, this isn't where I live. Don't know how I got here, please can you do anything? I feel like I'm not quite myself lately. There's something wrong, but I don't know what it is. This is a hell too heavy, shadows cast with anchors of lead, words that tear at the fabric of what's left. Who will I be when my name only lives on the edge? What will it be like to only exist on the tip of your tongue? Oh. Let me go, it's not your choice to make. Don't know why you're trying to take my keys away. Feel like I'm not quite myself lately. I'll be alright, this is only temporary. This is a hell too heavy, shadows cast with anchors of lead, words that tear at the fabric of what's left. Who will I be when my name only lives on the edge? What will it be like to only exist on the tip of your tongue? White eyes, empty words, trapped in the shadows. and this is a hell too heavy. Shadows cast with anchors of lead, words that tear at the fabric of what's left. Who will I be when my name only lives on the edge? What will it be like to only exist? What will it be like to only exist on the tip of your tongue?
Wow,
Thank you.
that is powerful. I'm reading that book, Still Alice. Do you know that one?
I don't know. What is it called?
It's Still Alice.
Oh, Still Alice. Okay.
Yeah, it's about Alzheimer's. It's rough stuff.
I feel like I've heard of it now that you're mentioning that.
It was a movie too, with like I think Alec Baldwin and yeah, it's good. I mean, I think the title, I haven't gotten that far. I'm not done with it at all. I'm at about like page by Lisa Genova, who's a really good author. But I'm in like the first 90 pages. But like I'm thinking the title, Still Alice. She's still her, you know. Like even with the memory gone, you know, it's still that person, you know.
Absolutely.
But it's tough stuff. I mean, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, what did I do with that capo? I was gonna do. I have like a partial capo, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. 1 second, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. And I'll remember to change the pin. Maybe. Maybe I'll remember. Yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
I don't think you changed it yet. I'm still sharing the screen with you.
Oh, no, I changed it, but it's. I would change the pin. Maybe your view?
I mean, it's fine with me as long as you're big in the
Yeah.
YouTube.
I could look at the YouTube thing
I mean,
too.
it's totally fine. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay,
Sorry,
sure.
I don't want to. I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay.
I can check the YouTube also. Your channel. Yeah, it looks like I'm up. Or maybe not. Okay, so I have to figure out how to do the spotlight change. No, it is. It's me up. Oh, and we got Eric on here. Thank you, Eric. Hi, Eric. Thanks for cheering us on. Oh my God. And Chris. Thank you, Chris and Mark. And Eric and Sean. Wow. All right, we got some great people in the audience. Thank you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Okay. All of you great people. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do this one. It's called Trapped by My Own Freedom. And I wrote it after driving down this road with endless strip malls and porno shops and gas stations and coffee shops that have like a million flavors of coffee. And yeah, I think I was supposed to drop this down to B. So yeah, I felt like kind of like there was almost too much freedom, like you could get lost in it, you know. Oof. Come on, string. Okay. I've been lost and I've been lonely. I've been hardly half a man. I've been washed up, I've been dried out. This was never part of my plan. I've been trapped by my own freedom, tied down by loneliness. I've been full of hunger, full of emptiness. But I know what I must do. Time for me to step into my shoe, my shoe, my shoe. I'm asking you if you need help. You say no, that's okay. 'Cause you know I don't really mean it anyway. But I mean it this time. I want in, I don't want out. I want to be a part of what my life is all about. 'Cause I've been trapped by my own freedom, tied down by rootlessness. I've been full of hunger, I've been full of emptiness. But I know what I must do. Time for me to step into my shoes. I always said I'd fight for the earth and for the poor, but I've been busy watching TV. I've been busy being bored. But now it's time for me to step up and confront my destiny. There's just one thing stopping me. There's just one thing stopping me. It's me. 'Cause I've been trapped by my own freedom, tied down by rootlessness. I've been full of hunger, I've been full of emptiness, and I know what I must do. Time for me to step into. It's time for me to step into my shoes.
I heard that one, but it's been a while. Yeah, I forgot about that one. It's a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, that's another one I've been digging out. What do you say for two? You do two more. I'm going to do one more, and
Sure,
I'm,
that's
I'm
good. Yeah,
starting to get a
I
little
have a
sleepy.
limit where I can make noise in my apartment. So, um, yeah, so that's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah. play some quieter tunes. Okay. Well, this is the first track on the album that's coming out, and it's called How It Feels. What is it? They say it makes the world spin. It's the antidote to brokenness. Makes your life worth living. But does it? 'Cause in the end, it feels more like a tailspin. What makes it powerful enough to start a war? And this fuel for poetry, the only thing worth fighting for? Or is it? 'Cause love has left me hoping there was more. I can tell you what it looks like. I can tell you how it hurts. I can write the perfect metaphor and paint it with my words. I believe that it's real, but I still don't know. And maybe I'll never know how it feels. How it feels. Well, how is it that I try so hard but always miss the mark? Maybe my desperation ended up damaging my heart. I wish that lightning strikes just once so I'd catch fire. I can tell you what it looks like. I can tell you how it hurts. I can write the perfect metaphor and paint it with my words. I believe that it's real, but I still don't know. And maybe I'll never know how it feels. How it feels. Love, will it ever get close enough to touch? Love, is it me? Or is it just high expectations? Do I want too much? Wouldn't be the first time. I can tell you what it looks like. I can tell you how it hurts. I can write a perfect metaphor and paint it with my words. I believe that it's real, but I still don't know. And maybe I'll never know exactly how it feels. How it feels. How it feels.
Wow,
Thank you.
great song. Oh my God. You want to say more about that one?
I just think, as per the conversation earlier, where love is such a funny thing. It's
It
funny
really
that
is.
we trusted enough to subject ourselves to it even after heartbreak. It sort of reminds me of when my sister first had her first kid, and she's like, "I'll never forget this pain. I'm never doing that again." And then she has 3 kids now, so she clearly did it again 2 more times.
Right.
And it's like there's some sort of it's not amnesia. You remember how painful it was. You remember how hard it was, but it's so compelling. Just like life is compelling, like being a parent for those that choose that path is compelling, and it's like you're somehow willing to dive back in. It's just so interesting. There's
Hmm.
like a sort of like eternal flow of hope in a way, even when
Mm,
hope makes no sense. So, anyways, yeah, I
yeah.
find it
Well,
an
and it does make some sense, right? Because
oh,
and
yeah, sure.
yeah, no, that's great. I love that. All right, I'm gonna do an inappropriate one for my last one.
Excellent.
um, this one is, I think it's kind of about, like, this is one of those that's just a little above my own head. And I'm not exact, but part of it is about society and like how it can be sort of machine-like, and how we're kind of cogs in it, and also just about, I think, how like people like need to feel like they know more than they do. They have to put on the uniform, and it's got a kind of great, crazy guitar part too. The problem with tuning your lowest string down to a B is it doesn't want to stay there. It's like, get me out of here. See? But the nice thing is you get this. Let's be honest. We really honest. We play our roles and we sell our souls. We're only human. We get lost, we forget to floss, we don't give a toss. We're only human. Let's be real. We're really real. We tell others. We don't tell others how we truly feel. We're only human. We wear masks, we don't do our tests. We're only human. We are part of the machine, but we're only human. We are flesh, we are steel, we are blood, we are wild, we are real, but we're only human. Let's be clear, we're rarely clear. We don't tell others what we refuse to hear. Then we wonder why others refuse to hear. We're only human. We are part of society. We are cogs, we are wires, we are interconnected. We're only human. Let's be fair. We're rarely fair. We make mistakes, but when others do, We don't really care. We're only human. No excuses. Only nooses. We're only human.
Nice. Yes, that was a sort of badass song. I like it. I really like the grittiness of the riff that you use and like the way you use the tuning. Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I guess for my last one, I'll respond in kind. Can you still hear me okay? I have my AirPods in, but
Maybe turn your guitar up just a drop.
oh, it's not plugged in.
Oh, okay. You're fine.
Let
Don't
me,
worry.
let me.
No,
take
you're
it off.
fine.
I'll take
It's-
these out while I'm playing.
Okay.
See if that. All right, we'll give it our best shot. I like to call this song my hate mail to hope because hope pisses me off, and sometimes I feel like it leads me into a corner, and I believe it every time because that's just my nature. But sometimes I get mad about that, so this is my song called Easier. I'm thinking of making a t-shirt that says Dear Hope, ... I hate you.
I like that.
I know I can't expect much. Oops, I know I can't expect much. I just hope for enough that you'd hold me above the threshold. 'Cause I know how this goes, so I'm closing my windows, battening down the hatches, bracing for oncoming crashes. Damn you for feeling so warm. You made me forget that it's calm in the eye of the storm. And damn, I'm so gullible. You fooled me twice. Guess the blame's on me for wanting to believe, 'cause it's easier. I know it's foolish to trust, but I hoped for once the floor couldn't get any lower. And the light that you shone broke through my shadows, tricked me into imagining that my darkness was only in passing. So damn you for feeling so warm. You made me forget that it's calm in the eye of the storm. And damn, I'm so gullible. You fooled me twice. Guess the blame's on me for pretending not to see, 'cause it's easier to keep spinning narratives till I believe they're true. Dig myself into the edge of this slippery hill. And told me there's no cost to the optimist, but my broken heart disagrees. Got too close to the sun before realizing light
Oh, wow. That was a great one to end with.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
this has been so much fun. Thank you for
This
this.
was a
This is
blast, and
great.
we
Let's do it
should
again.
definitely do this like every once in a while, maybe
I would
like
love
down
that.
the road. Yeah.
And I should
I
mention it
would,
because I,
what a treat to get to hear like so many of your songs, and to,
oh,
yeah,
nice.
this has been wonderful. I really appreciate you doing this, and
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, the feeling is mutual. It's really nice. I love that opportunity to like dive into someone else's material and like hear what they've got and like,
Hmm.
you get to know so much about someone through the way they write. So this has been really awesome to get to know you
Absolutely,
better through your
especially with
songs.
the, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Rebecca, and I
Oh,
hope
thank
you have
you,
a good
Joe.
night, and good luck with your upcoming shows. And oh, did you
Thank
want
you.
to?
Oh, I should mention so
Yeah.
I'm doing a live stream with the Folk Project of New Jersey on October 14th. And so
Hmm.
it's 7 to 8 p.m. Tickets are free, but they do ask that you go reserve them. Don't know the website offhand, but if you go to my Facebook at Rebecca Berlin or
Hmm.
@Rebecca Berlin on Instagram, I'll be promoting it. So that would
Hmm.
be a great one for those of you that are in the virtual
Virtual.
universe who might
Hmm.
not be able to come out and to something in person, but who want to keep up with what's going on. I'll be doing an hour. It's a solo show, and I'll be telling stories and doing my nerdy repartee that I'd like to do with my songs. So I'd love to see some of you there.
Okay, I'll mark my calendar. That sounds great.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Joe. And yeah, let's definitely do this again sometime soon.
Awesome.
All
Appreciate
right.
you. Take
Night,
care.
night. See you soon.
Bye.